Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Got a Two of Cups here. You have a natural love to you. You've got a vibe, Scorpio, where other people just can't help but be attracted to you. You're full of love. I think it's an enthusiasm. I think it is a vibrant, compassionate energy. I feel like you're somebody who, when you're with somebody, you have the gift of making them feel like they're the only person in the room. Like it's just me and you. Nobody else here, it's just us. You know? It's almost a charm, but it's genuine. And I think that's key. It's attracting other people. It's attracting attention. And it's, I think, attracting opportunity. You're a magnet for all the good things in life right now. Okay? And I think that it's part of this vibrant energy. I feel like it's a natural spark. It's an ability to connect with people. I think that you're someone that could like turn anybody into a friend. Anybody from any walk of life, any culture or whatever. You can find a way to really connect with people because it's not about the words. It's not about the superficial appearances. It's about the love. Your heart can connect with other hearts, I think, quite easily. Okay, and maybe it hasn't always been that way. Maybe there was a time in your life where you didn't feel like you were able to really connect with people. And maybe you didn't have a lot of friends. And maybe you weren't really like full of that love energy. Right now, you are. Right now, it's coming in full force. And we got to put this into some context. Okay, we got to see what's going on here. So we're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread. There we have a Princess of Pentacles. Okay. We have an Ace of Swords. We have a Prince of Swords, a Princess, Princess of Wands. I feel like there's something here is really exciting. It may be some kind of a very joyous occasion. It may be a very exciting event. I feel like you're kind of like, you're going out for a night on the town. You're going to go out dancing or something, right? You get to put on your fancy clothes and you're stepping out on the town. And it's going to uplift your spirits and renew your energy. This is really nice. Fire and earth, I love that. You're dancing, Scorpio. And here we have a 7 of Pentacles, okay? We have a 5 of Pentacles. You have a Prince of Wands, a 5 of Wands, and a 10 of Swords. Interesting. I think a new season's coming, okay? I feel like there's a definite breakthrough. This is like, this is something that's been exhausted, and now it's kind of like it's ready to be discarded, and for the next season to begin. Yeah, there's an optimism that you have about you, and I think that you have an ability to really to kind of like brighten situations that other people might find overwhelming. You're kind of like, you're the bright light. When things are in disorder, when things are unstable or shaky, or there's kind of uncertainty ahead, you're kind of like, you're that light. You're that firefly that just says, we could do it, come on. You're that like very confident or optimistic energy that really does brighten situations, gives people hope, gives people confidence, inspires people. Yeah, that's who you are. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're just going to set it down right over here with alien Simon Mork Ripley right here on top. And we're not going to take you to our leader until the very end, when that card will tie everything together and give us the confirmation we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comment section down beneath the video. Okay, now let's look around the room. One thing we don't see today, oddly, is any major arcana cards. And I think it's not because Spirit's not here. I think it's because Spirit is supporting you, the way that you're doing things. Spirit's saying, you got this, Scorpio. You have this natural spark, this natural enthusiasm. It's almost like you are embodying Spirit. Spirit is working in the world through you right now. There are no major issues that need to be addressed, no karmic issues, no big spiritual lessons for you to learn. Okay? Yeah, this is all about you in your energy, doing what you do, being genuine, being authentic, being a light and an inspiration for other people. Okay? So, we don't have any of the majors, but we do have fire, fire, fire. We got the water right here. The water is all you. You are filled with this, and I think that you have so much love in you that you're giving it out to everybody else, and you're not running out. Okay? Your cup's overflowing with love, and the more you use it, very Taoist, right? The more you use it, the more you have. You've got air, air, air over here, and of course, earth, earth, and earth. Okay? So the Princess of Pentacles, to me, feels like there is... your love is really kind of attracting new opportunities and new people. You're magnetic. You're attracting, I think, attention from other people. You're being noticed, okay? And your love and your genuine energy and your, I don't know if it's like an intensity. Just think about you're in a crowded room and you're talking to one person and they feel like everything else goes dim and nothing else exists. All the room goes quiet. All the other people disappear. It's just you and them. That feels intense, right? And I think that you have a way of connecting with people in a way that brings out their best qualities. It inspires people to be their best selves. And that, we need more people like you. We really do. You know, really, really do. And maybe it wasn't always that way for you. Maybe you had a spiritual breakthrough. I feel like because there's no major arcana cards, you probably did a lot of karmic work. You went through a dark night of the soul in the last year, didn't you? And it was bad, it was rough. You emerged the other side and it's like you're transformed. And you're transforming because you're pure love now. You've untied those karmic knots. Okay, you're entering this season of just pure love and progress and freedom and transcendence. Okay? I feel like there is a joyful event that is going to lift your spirit, renew your energy. I feel like you're going dancing or something. You're doing something fun and exciting. Doing something fun and exciting here. Okay, with that, this is the Princess of Wands, and this is kind of like what you're really looking forward to right now. This is, and maybe this isn't what I think it is. I feel like this is like you're going out to a club or something, right? You're gonna do some dancing. Maybe this is like you're really excited to go work on that project. You're really excited to go and start this new position or something, or like to begin some new work. There's something that's very exciting for you. But do you tell me, what excites you? What makes you feel fired up where you just can't wait to get started? Okay? You just cannot wait. Because it's kind of like it's uplifting your spirits and it is awakening your energy, it's renewing your energy. So somehow it's just like you you leap out of bed, you can't wait to go do it. So it's either like something fun, like going out for the evening or something like this, like what really gets you excited? And maybe that's something we all need to think about. Yeah. Maybe that's something we all need to think about. What is it that we're going to do that's going to make us feel this way? It feels like dancing. Well, maybe you don't like dancing. I think I probably like dancing. I haven't been dancing in a long time, but I think I probably would like it. But you're also kind of dancing with the tiger. Okay? So it kind of shows that there's this element of risk or danger, or there's this element of kind of like something's at stake. Yeah. Something's at stake with this. But I feel that this is you. This is you finding something that really lights your fire, and it may be something that you're attracting, an opportunity or something, something like this, kind of something. Because, like I said, you're attracting a lot of attention. You're attracting a lot of opportunities right now. So this might be that opportunity for you to perform. This might be you going out on stage and, maybe you're going to an open mic night. Maybe this is you giving your speech or your presentation or whatever it is. This is Monday morning where you got to get up in front of the rest of the employees and pitch your ideas for the new quarter or whatever, right? Maybe you're going to this is you showcasing your art, okay, or doing the first kind of maybe a book reading or a first public performance, something like that, okay. It's something that excites you. And now down beneath the surface, you have clarity. I feel like this is a kind of an optimism. Okay, it's an Ace of Swords under the surface. This is your ability to really tap into the divine energy. You've cleared away those knots of karma, so you are now able to tap directly into spirit. You've got a direct phone line to spirit right now, to the universe. The tip of the sword is in outer space, receiving the cosmic rays, okay, receiving the downloads directly. You're able to calm down, dial down, turn the volume down, turn the noise down in your own mind and hear the voice of yourself, of your soul and spirit, your guardian angel, God, goddess, deity, the universe, universal mind, whatever it is, tapping into the void, This is that antenna. And I think that you've done that karmic work, that spiritual development that's allowed you to quiet down your mind. This is the result of, after years of meditation, okay, you're able to turn the noise down enough that you can hear the voice of spirit. And you're able to turn up the love enough to where you're not self-conscious, you're not doubting yourself, you're not worried, you're doing it. Now, it doesn't mean your spiritual path is over. Okay, it doesn't mean that you're fully enlightened. Handshake, thank you for coming. Here's your diploma. Get the heck out of here. No, I mean there's more to do, but this is a pretty good snapshot of your spiritual state right now. Yeah, you feel me? So you have this optimism anyway, that is, and this clarity, that I think even when you're facing hardship, even when you're facing, what could be potential failures or physical blockages, money blockages, health things, or just things in the physical world that other people might be overwhelmed by, you're kind of saying, don't worry, I can see the truth. I know it's going to be okay. This is like your spiritual flashlight. Other people see darkness and they see failure and they see, oh no, it's a ravine, it's a pit. You're able to shine your spiritual flashlight on it, see, and understand what it is. So this clarity, this spiritual connection, is allowing you to brighten situations that other people would find, overwhelming. overwhelming. So that's a wonderful side effect of your spiritual growth and development. And I think the last year of your life, you've been working hard on that spiritual development. I want you to claim this. You're a magic maker. Hit the like button and leave a comment. Tell me what it is that you're going to do that excites you, that feels like it is a performance or it's a risk or it's you out there dancing. What is your dancing with the tiger right now? Okay. It's inspired action. Anyway, in the background, you have your Prince of Swords. I feel like there's some kind of either a decision that you've been waiting for or like a message that you've been kind of waiting for a long time that you kind of knew that eventually it would come in, but maybe it's just kind of, it's so far back there that maybe you kind of figured it wasn't going to get here. Or whatever this is, I feel like this is arriving. And maybe this is some of that very exciting news. Maybe this is part of this opportunity or the attention that you've been gaining or attracting more of that attention, right? That there's some decision or message from the past that's coming in. Yeah. And I think that this is really going to, and maybe that's what's going on here. Maybe there is this message coming in, a long-awaited decision is finally happening, and you're going to be leaping with joy. You're going to be dancing in the streets because you're so happy with it, okay? You're so happy that this has come in. This is kind of a confidence, stepping forward with that confidence and that ease. This is just like, you see people like this out in the world, and you just think, God, I wish I could be like that person. Because they're not arrogant or cocky, right? Not those people. This is somebody that's willing to face any challenge just with like this smoothness and with kind of a pep in their step. And it's just like this excitement and just this vibrant energy. And that's you, okay? So with confidence, you're stepping forward and you're dancing with the tiger. Yeah, you're dancing forward with more ease and more flow than ever before. Yeah. And I think that you're facing down whatever this challenge is, whatever this physical kind of obstacle could be. Okay. I think that the invitations that you're getting, whatever this exciting news is, the attention that you're attracting, is allowing you to sort of reharmonize whatever this blockage is. You're getting through this blockage. Okay, you're going to take whatever this potential failure is and you're going to make it a win. Okay, you have the ability to rearrange whatever this is. Okay, and there's an idea that maybe this has something to do with your social circle. Okay, it could be that your kind of social circle is expanding, or this could be that you're kind of stepping into a situation where you're kind of bringing your illumination. So this is darkness, and this is like the dark stage. This is you now illuminating the stage. You see what I mean? So it may be that you're stepping into a situation where you're going to have to really shine, and where your presence there is going to improve things. Your presence there is going to bring that fresh, vibrant, creative energy that it was missing. Okay? You're going to be the one to bring this out of the darkness. Okay? Because I think you're kind of like, you're stepping out of the shadows and into the light, so to speak. Your contribution to this particular situation is going to improve it. That's an understatement. It's going to drastically improve the situation. Okay? Well, maybe you're starting a new job, maybe you're being invited to a new project or to work on something new, or I don't know exactly what it might be, but there's a certain playfulness, and there's a certain lightheartedness here that is that creativity and that flow, and it feels fun and it feels playful. Okay. Let's see, Path of the Serpent. Now, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. All right, claim this reading. Drop a comment and tell me that this is landing for you, okay? Your general energy is the Five of Pentacles here. And this is instability. This is some shell that's cracking open and revealing the light underneath. And I feel like this is exactly your enlightening. I don't say enlightenment like it's a state of enlightenment. I like to say enlightening, because this is you being filled with light. This is you removing, this is kind of, to me, represents all that karmic work you did over the last year. Removing the blockages that have been preventing your light from shining. This is amazing, right? And this is your whole life changing. This is the card of change. This is the card of you rearranging yourself so that your light can shine through. So this is representing all of that karmic work that you have done and are doing that is allowing your light to shine through. This is you becoming light. The light is replacing the pentacles. The light is crystallizing inside of you, and you are becoming crystallized light. You already are that. This is about the crust that's falling away, revealing your true nature. Okay? You're not changing into it necessarily. You're realizing that that's who you've always been. I want you to claim that. Claim your existence as crystallized light. Let that land. Let that sink in. Hit the like button to seal that in. Crystallized light. And that, so it's, it's all of the doubt, all of the habits, everything falling away, all of the buffers and the filters that we have, everything that's falling away. Okay, revealing what is underneath, and what's underneath that is pure light. Okay. Now you are with this the Prince of Wands. This is part of that confidence. This is that courage, right? I feel like you're having that confidence to step forward more. I feel like there's a courage in you that's ready to embrace bigger challenges, bigger possibilities. You're ready to get out of the birdcage. You're ready to stop limiting yourself and holding yourself back. You're ready for the larger stage, the world stage. Out of the darkness into the light. This is a fixed fire energy. This is a Leo energy. It's courage. It's discipline. It's cruise control. It's saying, I'm going to go the same speed. I'm going to lock in my speed. It doesn't matter if I'm going uphill, downhill, around a curve, over some speed bumps. I'm going to go the same speed. You ever do that? You ever set your cruise control and then you go over some potholes or some speed bumps? Oof, don't do that. You're going to hurt your car. But that's the idea with this. It's saying nothing's going to slow me down. Nothing's going to slow me down. So this is such an amazing combination, these two fiery cards. This is celebrations. The celebrations, the confidence, the courage. You're embracing bigger possibilities. You're celebrating because you're marking the beginning of a new season. The old season is done. And I think this was the season of doing all that spiritual work. And that past season, now you've squeezed it like an orange. You've squeezed all the juice out of it. Okay? And it's time for you to act on all of that self-development, spiritual evolution. Okay? I feel like there is this, whatever this like joyful event, whatever this exciting thing is, feels like it's kind of it's a chance encounter. Okay? And I think it is very meaningful. I think it's fated. Okay? The Five of Wands is, this is in the position of your fear, worry, and concern. This is the card that the obstacle you have to cross. This is the card you don't really want. And I think that it's interesting in that the cruise control, right, is about you maintaining the same speed no matter what. The road could be twisty, turny, could be uphill, downhill. You're going the same speed no matter what. This is the card of learning how to use the gas pedal. This is the card of learning dynamics. So you may have the courage and the capability, and you may feel so fired up and so jazzed up right now that you want to drive 50 miles an hour over the speed bumps. This is you realizing that sometimes you got to slow down to take the turns, you know. This is the dynamics. You don't want to be too aggressive. You don't want to be too overly confident. Saturn in Leo, it's about learning how to discipline your strength. Sometimes being strong is not about showing your strength, not about showing your teeth. Sometimes it's about yielding. Sometimes it's about slowing down and letting other people kind of take the limelight, giving credit to others. And I think that's part of your Two of Cups, part of that love. You encourage other people. It's like, yeah, you do it, but you just kind of like you're telling the other person, you're saying, no, you go out there and do it. You go present it. You know, you don't need to always be showing off, do you? And as much as you want to, as much as you feel so fired up, you have this ability to pull back and tell the other person next to you, you go and do it. You go take this one. You know, it's like the baseball team, right? Where, you know, there's one person that's hitting all the home runs, but then at the end of the game, instead of them running out and waving at the crowd and getting all the praise, they're like saying, they're telling the other person who maybe didn't get all the recognition, but really worked hard too, saying, you go out there and wave. You go out there and get the love. You know, because you don't need to show off like that. You don't need that. You can give that to somebody else. That's your power. That's a real show of strength. Not you holding everybody else back and saying, oh, I'm claiming it. Sometimes it's about you stepping back and saying, you guys go ahead, have fun. You guys, you go do it, you know. So sometimes that's the strength. Okay. And I think that this is a very well-regulated reading. A lot of fire, a lot of earth, a lot of air. And I think that you have a very optimal season coming up now, where this enlightening that you've been going through is really allowing you to set some bigger goals, make some bigger plans, and make some bigger wins. And get out there and make some more connections and have some really wonderful experiences. I think this reading is the celebration feast that marks the beginning of a new season, getting out of the birdcage. And I kind of look at it as a season of very intense spiritual work, dark night of the soul, spiritual evolution, a lot of karmic work. It may be something very specific for you. This may be the celebration at the end of a really bad marriage. You know what I mean? It doesn't, you know, it doesn't have to be just like spiritual work, you know, like literally or, you know, or in the kind of stereotypical way, I guess. But it's the ending of a season that has no more to offer you. You've already squeezed all the juice out of it. It's time to celebrate the ending and move into what's next. Let's look at the mystery card, okay? I don't know what I want. I guess maybe the Empress. Okay, maybe shows that when we start this new season, we're going to develop its potential to the maximum. I want a card of abundance here. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. I'm thinking a 9 or a 10 of Pentacles, a 3 of Cups, or the Empress, or the Wheel of Fortune, or the 9 or the 10 of Cups, but maybe Pentacles. Let's see what we have. Well, it's a Queen of Cups. To me, this does feel like emotional abundance. This feels like a real depth. This feels like it's water on water, right? Queen of Cups, water on water. And for the one thing, it's confirming what I said about the Two of Cups, because this is somebody that is sitting by an entire ocean of water, yet all they care about is what's in that cup. Okay? So this is your ability to be discerning, okay? And your ability to make the other person feel like they're the only one in the world. You're in that crowded room, it's just you and them, okay? So when you're sitting by a vast ocean, all you can see is that water that's in your cup. And so that to me is that's very connected, very concentrated, you know. I think there's a depth here as well. I think that there is, it's kind of like you see in the movies, right, where like the team is celebrating. Everybody's in the locker room with the champagne cheering, there's music, everybody's dancing and jumping. And then there's one person like the lead, the team leader or the coach or the quarterback or something, right? It's kind of off by themselves, sitting on the bench and just thinking, just because the queen is about the ending of something. So I think it's kind of like you processing the ending of this last season. And it just takes you a minute, like that quarterback in the locker room who just needs to sit there and process the game, process all those emotions real quick. Takes them a little while, but then once they're done, it's like another teammate says, "Hey, come on over here and celebrate with us." And they say, "Okay," but they just needed that minute, that transitional. This is the pivotal card. This is the turning point from past to future, processing the emotions of the past and what you had been through. Okay, this is, maybe it is a divorce, I don't know. Processing those feelings, what the last year was like for you, before you sort of turn to the new year and you're like, crank up the music, here I come. Okay. Really amazing energy here for you. I'm very impressed. And we're going to do an extended reading. We'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link in the corner up here. There's a link in the video description right there. New readings for Scorpio, Mondays and Thursdays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel. If you haven't yet, leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.